Welcome to the Community Difference Rockwall. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And sponsored by Delisa Lapinsky Realty Group. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo. The One Group with Town Square Mortgage. Barnaby Heating and Air. Minuteman Press of Rockwall. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. And by WeatherTech General Contracting.
The Community Difference Rockwall was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional, along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Rockwall starts now.
Hey, welcome everybody to the Community Difference Rockwall. I am so glad that we are seeing some sunshine out there. I think it's been 8 or 9 days when we've been hit by storms. So I hope that everyone is doing well and hopefully you've gotten your electricity back. So I'm Delisa Lapinsky. I'm a local realtor here in the Rockwall area. And each week we do our community podcast and where we talk about everything that's happening around Rockwall County. We talk about community events, we talk about community topics, and we also have a business topic of the month. And this month's topic for June is cause-based collaboration, a collaborative marketing for innovative branding. And I'm really excited about this because it was something that I was doing and didn't really even realize I was doing it, or the positive impact that it could have on my business. So we also have our co-hosts that we rotate every week. And I'm so excited because we have a new co-host this week. And Lyndon, let's go ahead and bring Caleb in first. We have got Caleb Thomas with the Mesquite Rodeo. Hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing fantastic. Okay, so give us your 30-second elevator speech of what you do with the Mesquite Championship Rodeo, who, by the way, is one of our sponsors, and we do ticket giveaways for the rodeo.
Absolutely. So I'm Caleb Thomas. I've been with the Mesquite Rodeo for 10 years now. I'm assistant director this year for 2024. We run every Saturday, June through August, live PRCA rodeo action. Some of the best athletes in the whole league or organization come out here. It's a great summer. We've got live music every weekend. Frank McLeod and Lyndon Wilson are both a big part of this. And we also have our own show every Friday that airs, Mesquite Rodeo Live from the Back Pens, where you'll get a whole bunch of cool stories, get to see a bunch of cool athletes. So be sure and tune in. And if you need tickets or suites, give me a holler. My information's down there as well.
Well, Caleb, we are so excited to have you here, a part of our group. Thank you for joining us. Our other co-host, which you just mentioned, is Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Hey, Frank, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great this morning. We've got 2 great guests. I'm excited about today's show.
I know. All right. So, Frank, you actually have a suite at the Mesquite Rodeo, right?
I sure do. I think this is year 4, if I'm not mistaken, that I've had a suite out there, and we take full advantage of it. If I can't go, I give it away to customers, and we've gotten a lot of use out of it. Met a lot of new people through the rodeo, and
very cool.
My wife and I enjoy it, and our granddaughter loves going to the rodeo.
Well, and I got to go with you one time with you and Leah, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm very excited about our guests this week. So first of all, we always go ladies first. Okay. So Lyndon, can you go ahead and bring it? Hello, Janette. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for being on our show. So 30-minute elevator speech. Tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. So I am an author and I am a transformational life coach. I own Self-Possessed Coaching, and I have the honor of helping people to identify who they actually are and how they would really love to live their life. And we do that through looking at their belief systems, their values, their behaviors, and how those things actually transition into how they make decisions and how they impart those things on their life. We also get to look at what is the strong things about those things, all their strengths, and what are things that they would really love to change in those pieces. It really offers them a really good look at why they do the things that they do and who they really are, and not their families or their partners. So
I would almost be afraid to find out why I do some of the things that I do.
It's so much fun, though. It is so much fun to go, oh yeah, that is why I do that. It's super cool. But we get to explore all aspects of life. As a transformational coach, we look at all aspects. So time and money freedom, career, love and relationships, and then our health and well-being. And we get to look at them as a whole and then become visionaries for what we would love in our life.
I love it. And you and I ran into each other down at the San Jacinto Music series last Friday, and we had a great conversation. I still want to talk to you offline, okay? Because it's just, I find it very fascinating. Very fascinating.
Thank you.
All right. Well, our next guest, and I'm very excited because he keeps us in line. I guess that's a good way to put it. Linda, can you go ahead and bring on Rockwall County Sheriff Terry Garrett? Hey, Sheriff, how are you?
Good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Doing great. Doing great. So tell us a little bit about you. I mean, obviously you were the sheriff of Rockwall County, the big man. What brought you into law enforcement?
Well, looking back, it's been quite a few years. So I have over 45 years of law enforcement now in Rockwall County, and started actually in public safety when I was in high school here in Rockwall, and it just progressed through being an EMT, being a member of the fire department, worked my way up to lieutenant with Rockwall Police Department, then took over as chief of Heath Police and Fire, and in 2020 I took office as sheriff of Rockwall County.
Well, that is fantastic. Now, you are also very much a part of another organization, and this is how I got to first meet you. But I originally thought that you were kind of the captain, but you very quickly corrected Aaron Withrow at our Patriots Corps and let him know that you were the mascot for Team Paladin for Carry the Load.
I guess mascot's a good thing. My wife was a mascot in high school, and she always likes the mascot title, so that's not a bad thing. Rod Gregg is actually our team captain for basically one of our Rockwall County's main teams, and so you kind of got to keep Aaron in line every once in a while, and he'll promote you if you let him. But we've been involved with Carry the Load since 2011 when it first started, and helped raise a lot of money for several charities that is under the Carry the Load umbrella. And then in 2012 was the first national relay that came through Rockwall County. And since then, we've hosted a rally at the county courthouse, which it actually turns out to be in the middle of the night, a midnight rally at the courthouse, because that's when the relay team walks through going to Dallas for the Memorial March on Memorial Day. So that's kind of how we got involved in that, in the rally that happens.
Well, this is the perfect show for you because that's what we're talking about, is that cause-based marketing. So I'm very excited to hear some of your viewpoints when we get into our topic of the month.
Sure.
But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to our first commercial break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about what's up Rockwall. And we're going to do it a little differently, because we're going to talk about not only some of the events that are going on, but some other things that I think impact the community. And, for those viewers that are watching, we want you to definitely put in the comments, because we're going to talk about what are some of the things to do with the kids during summer. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about driver safety. So we'll be back in just a second.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Hey Texans, hold on to your hats. The Mesquite Championship Rodeo, newest sponsor partner of the Community Difference shows, is back, bigger and better than ever. Witness the heart-pounding action as the best riders in the world compete for glory. Feel the thrill of the chase, the raw power of nature, and the unbreakable spirit of the West. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legend. Get your tickets now for the Mesquite Championship Rodeo, or win yours free just for watching the Community Difference shows.
Unwanted pests in your home can be stressful. From creepy crawlies to critters under the floorboards, they disrupt your peace of mind. But don't worry. All Pest Solutions is here to help. We offer a comprehensive range of safe and effective pest control solutions. We target all types of pests, big or small, including insects, rodents, and wildlife. All Pest Solutions, your local experts for a pest-free home. Breathe easy and enjoy your life again. Call today for a free quote. 972-442-1169 or email us at customerservice@allpestsolutions.com.
Buying a home? It should be an exciting time, not a stressful one. At Proven National Title, we understand that buyers want fast, reliable, transparent, seamless, convenient title and closing services. Therefore, our services are not limited to our office or yours. Let Jackie Tobar and all the fine folks at Proven National Title help make your dream of homeownership a reality. Call us today for a smooth and stress-free closing. Contact us at 972-752-8540 or email at jackie.tobar@provennationaltitle.com. Proven National Title. Give me one and I'll earn the rest.
And now, back to the show. What's up, Rockwall?
All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, so first of all, let's just talk about a couple of things that we know that are happening around the area. I know, Janet, Frank had mentioned you had something that you wanted to talk about that was happening.
Yeah, well, I have a couple things, but I want to talk about the main thing that's going on. So in August 17th, we are doing Symphony of Color again. And this is where, and I don't know if you guys heard about it, last year was their first year, so we're doing it again this year. And so this is where GRIS, the Greater Rockwall Youth Symphony, and the Rockwall Art District, or Art League, is collaborating together. They're going to do art, they're going to have a fashion show, and then the symphony is going to be playing. And this is going to be in downtown at City Place on August 17th. And we have sponsorships available, tables available. We have everything open and available at this point. We just opened everything up. But we're really looking forward to showcasing the art and the children together as one big art community.
Well, and one of the things that I kind of wanted to talk about, which this kind of ties into that, was, the kids are out for school for summer. So we've got to look for things for them to do, keep them out of trouble so they don't have to see Sheriff Garrett. And, that would be a great family event to do at the end of the summer, to kind of kick off getting back to school. What a great way to celebrate that. Yeah. Frank, did you have anything that you wanted to bring up real quick?
Yeah, I had a couple of things I was going to mention. The YPR, which is the Young Professionals of Rockwall, it's an affiliate group of the Rockwall Chamber, is putting on a lunch mob tomorrow. It's going to be at Brass Tap at 11 o'clock. You don't have to be a chamber member to go, but go check it out. If you're interested in joining the chamber, this would be the perfect event to go check out. It's just a bunch of people getting together to support a local business. And then
And it's at the brass tap.
What?
And it's at the brass tap.
It's at the Brass Tap. I imagine you could find a beer there if you want one.
I imagine you could.
Also, the Chamber Professional Women's Alliance and the Downtown Rockwall Association are collaborating on a Christmas in July event. It's a shopping event. It lasts from 4 to 7:30 on July 25th. It's presented by Aaron Neal at Hamby Insurance. And I don't go to shopping events, but Janette, I think you've been to this a couple of times. Can you tell them a little bit more about what goes on at the Christmas in July?
Absolutely. There's nothing better than a sip and shop, especially, for Christmas. So what's beautiful about it is all the shops open up and they decorate in Christmas. They have usually every single store has like its own theme. Some of them do Prosecco. Some of them will have their own little cocktails, whatever as you Last year we got a little card where we got to go through and stamp it. And when we stamped it, we turned it in. And then at the end of the day, we went to the Downing and they had a final celebration. And that's where we got to win, prizes and things. So it's just a beautiful, the Professional Women's Alliance puts on amazing events. And if you're not part of it or you would love to be a part of it, please reach out to me. I'd love to get you involved.
Awesome. Now, Terry, we were talking, you were actually joining with the Roy City Police Department, I believe, and the Heath Police Department, because you guys are working on really this hazardous driving. And we know that traffic right now in Rockwall and I-30 is, well, on a good day, not very much fun. So share a little bit about that and how that's going to help the public in the community. All right, hold on. You're on mute again.
Thank you. As you know, we're growing at such a rapid rate. It's hard to keep up with how to modify our enforcement efforts and our community efforts. And so this is one of those things that we partnered with all the other agencies in the county, with Heath, Fate, Roy City, Rockwall, Rowlett, and Texas DPS to form this hazardous driving initiative program for the first couple of months in the summer and use it as a pilot program. We tried it once before and just didn't have the personnel to do that. So we decided to kind of regroup and do this again. And so what they're looking for are hazardous driving habits. And one of the things, when you get so much traffic in one area, people get frustrated. I'm sure everyone's been at some of the red lights here in town, and you can only get 2 or 3 cars through at a time. And what that does is it causes people to try to hurry and get through. And in the meantime, they either run the red light, may collide with another car, or cause a different hazard that shuts the road down altogether. So our goal in this is to try to be out there and be seen, number one, and to try to use voluntary compliance by being out there and being visible to correct and to change some of these hazardous driving habits that we see way too often here in town as we grow.
Well, and let's face it, it's just going to continue to get worse as all of our communities are continuing to grow.
Right. Yes, and the infrastructure, keeping up with the rapid growth. As you know, infrastructure is something that it lags a little bit behind. We don't really get to choose how many people come in per day. When I first started working in Rockwall, at Rockwall PD back in '79, there were 10 of us, and now Rockwall PD, for example, probably has close to 100 police officers. So the growth is there. The population at that time was probably about 6,000. Right now, the county is over 135,000. So that rapid growth and with the interstate coming through, we're getting all kinds of things. Anything that you can conceive is coming up and down that interstate. Plus, getting the move outs from the Metroplex area out here. Everybody wants a little bit more land, wants a little bit more space to spread out. But at the same time, we're getting crowded out here also. And we want to make sure that that growth is, is controlled to the sense of we can still get around, we can still take our families to the shopping centers, out to eat, to the parks, and those kind of things, and do that safely.
Yeah, well, and right now with summer, and this is kind of what I wanted to do a little roundtable discussion. We've got kids that are out of school. We've got families that are taking vacations, and so what do we? Number one, Rockwall's got a lot of things for families and things to do just here in Rockwall, but we want to keep them safe. I mean, I know when my daughter was growing up, we always did camps at the YMCA,
right?
But not everybody can do that. So, I mean, what are some of the things, Janette, Frank, I mean, that we see around town that families can do and community, for the kids that will also keep them safe?
That's true. The YMCA has a fantastic summer youth program, if you haven't ever checked it out. Our son Tyler went to the YMCA from the time he was 6 till almost the end of junior high, I think, and he loved it.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that, in growing up here, a lot of the comments you always heard, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. We have more things to do out here now. It's just plugging in and getting involved and listening to, podcasts such as this and seeing the things that are going on in the community and being involved. You have to be involved. Somebody's not going to come knocking on your door and drag you out to be involved. I'm glad to see Caleb on here because that's, I kind of grew up going back and forth to the Mesquite Rodeo. It was close, and we had one out here at one time. So that's a great thing for families to do. And we have parks out here. The different cities have summer events, pools, and there are really a lot of things to do if you're really interested in plugging in.
Well, and that's like Janette and I, we're at the San Jacinto music series, and it was full of kids and families, and the kids were running around and dancing, and I mean, well, with the exception of Caleb, we're all probably pretty close to the same age. I mean, I remember my parents used to say, okay, get on your bike. You would leave by 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. And as long as you were home by dinner, life was good.
Yeah.
Mine was when the porch light came on or when the street light came on.
But I mean, you really can't do that now,
Yeah. I have to say that I have just recently moved to Texas. I've only been here a year and a half. And there is so much to do in Rockwall. It is unbelievable. And all you need to do is look. I know that I have a 3-year-old grandson, and he is already signed up for soccer, swim, goes to Harry Myers all the time. I mean, we keep him busy. The library has all kinds of events at the library for kids all over the summer. And the YMCA is a perfect place to, plug into that. But there's a lot going on here.
And it still has that community feel because we're coming up on, we're getting into June now, but we'll be in July before long, and we have, the 4th of July parades, and that brings out that small town community feel. Our posse participates in both the Heath and the Rockwall parade, as well as a couple of grand entries there at the Mesquite Rodeo. And it's really, and the posse does a lot of things in the community to get out and be involved. They just presented a couple of their, I think there were probably about 10 or 12 students from all 3 high schools that received scholarships. So, to get them involved in those kind of things with whatever their interests are.
And for those younger kids too, this year, I guess this kind of gets into our later topic, but Mesquite Rodeo is proud to partner with a bunch of libraries for a read a book, get a rodeo ticket. For those kids that like to read 10 and under, you read a book, finish it, take it back to the counter, you get a free rodeo ticket. Valid all summer long.
That's awesome. See, I love that because I used to be an educator and I always thought that was really important. So that's fantastic to hear. But we definitely need to promote that and push that as well. So there really are a lot of things for families to do. I mean, you've got the Thursday night concert series, you've got Harry Myers Park. I mean, they've got the pool, they've got the splash pads, they've got the pickleball courts, which I can't even go and play pickleball. The play sets. So there are a lot of free things that families can do with children, and as a family here in Rockwall, and still be active instead of sitting in front of the TV all day where I'm bored.
One thing we used to do with Tyler is when he would say he was bored and he needed credits, and needed community service credits, we'd take him up to the animal shelter and let him walk dogs for 3 or 4 hours, or take him to Helping Hands. They'll darn sure put you to work at Helping Hands if you've got some free time.
Absolutely.
Volunteer projects like that. There are a lot of worthwhile nonprofits here in Rockwall that can use the help.
They would just welcome it with open arms. And then you're serving your community as well.
Exactly.
It's kind of a double-edged sword. All right, so there are a lot of things for the community to get involved in and for us to do. We're going to go ahead and take our next break. And when we come back, we're actually going to get into our business topic of the month, which is going to be cause-based collaboration, collaborative marketing for innovative branding. And I think this is going to be a great discussion, because I know all of us are involved in cause-based marketing. We may just not realize that we've been doing it. All right, so we'll be right back after this commercial break.
The Community Difference Rockwall is brought to you in part by Alan Lester, loan officer with the One Group with Town Square Mortgage. Delisa Lapinsky with Lapinsky Realty Group. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Caleb Thomas with the Mesquite Championship Rodeo. Charles Barnaby with Barnaby Heating and Air. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. And Josh Small with WeatherTech General Contracting. If you, or someone you know, would like to sponsor, or be a co-host sponsor of this show, or other shows like it, please give us a call at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com. And now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So I want to start this out by just asking you guys, when I say cause-based marketing, what do you think of, or what do you think that is? And like I said, we always start ladies first. So Janette, what is your version of cause-based marketing?
I would say it's collaborating with someone and identifying a cause. I love doing that. I'm not sure if I do it enough, but I see it a lot around Rockwall. I see it happening all the time. What I really love about it is that it highlights the cause, and it also brings different people together to, be able to impart their own businesses on that. And so I love it.
Absolutely.
And Janette, you do it way more than you give yourself credit for, because there is not a chamber event that they have that you're not right up front.
Right.
On the leadership team or on the hardworking team, you do it a lot. Anytime they have a banquet, clay shoot, whatever, you're always involved.
And that's a part of being a part of this great community. Sheriff Garrett, I mean, what is your definition of cause-based marketing?
I think it involves being involved in the community. And, there are, we talked about the number of events that go on around here. You really can't get to all of them. And, as an elected official, I see a lot of times they'll say, you want to go to this event, that event, there's something going on all the time. And I think you have to, first you have to decide and be involved in the community. And you mentioned at the beginning, like Carry the Load and Valor Project and some of the different things that we're involved in. I think you have to market your brand also, and your brand is who you are. It's what you are, and we talk about that around here a lot. About what do you want people to think about when they see your brand. And when I first brought that up in a meeting a couple months ago, I had some strange looks, and I said, "Well, just look in the mirror. You know, we have your badge, your patch. That's what you represent. And what do you want people to think of when they see that? You want them to feel safe in our respect. You want them to feel safe. You want them to know that if there's something going on, and for years, we started the first SRO program back in 1985 here in Rockwall, and that was one of those things that was it was a gamble. I had a coach that I had in high school that was principal at the time, and I said, well, start doing some programs, start doing some things, and it's amazing how many young people and now middle age come up to me and said, well, I remember you when I was in elementary school or in high school and those kind of things. And so that's your marketing. It's what you do. It's not just what you have on the side of your car or on your sign, like a patch or something like that, but it's how you live that, I think.
And you're right. When I say, cause-based marketing, it really is, it's a strategy, and it's used by companies to align themselves with, products or services or brands with a social cause, and to the benefit of both. You're aligning yourself with the cause, but I have been very actively involved with Patriot Paws, with Patriots Pour, and I was doing it because it was passion for me, but what I didn't realize was I'm aligning myself, but then I am supporting that cause, but then it also comes back and reflects on me. And I was doing it because this is something that I'm just passionate about, telling my story. And, when we were at Lakeside Leaders and I got to give the speech for Patriot Paws, I was almost in tears because I was so passionate about it. And what I didn't realize was somebody who actually posted that video. And now people are associating me and my company with Patriot Paws, but it can also go deeper than that as well.
Yeah. It's connecting real people with real situations with real causes that are passionate for people. And that's really what it's all about.
Yeah. And you can use it in a storytelling format through your, marketing material, through blogs, through your social interactions. And I think that, and Frank, I know you do this as well because you are involved with a lot of organizations. And it's not because you're looking for
something to do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But it's not because it's like, oh, hey, look at me. It's because it's something that you truly are very passionate about.
And I'll tell you somebody else that is genius when it comes to doing something like this. Jared Gines, who was the founder of the Rockwallian. Just a couple of weeks ago, he heard that there was a need at Helping Hands, and he put out a request. They had more food than they knew what to do with just in a day. They said they had never seen so many Amazon trucks showing up with food for the food pantry. And then he turned around and did the same thing for the animal shelter. They were running really, really dangerously low on dog food. He put out a request and bam, they were fully stocked. Jared's really good at that kind of thing, because you think about him and his marketing business, but he's actually doing it to help out a nonprofit.
We live in a world where influencers. That's the big new key word over the last 5 to 10 years. But it's more than taking a selfie and going out and being around the water or sailboat or something. It's using that influence, without worrying if you get any credit for it at all. You're influencing other people to help a cause bigger than yourself.
Exactly. It's a call to action, and they think of you, but they think about what you're asking them to do, and it works.
I will tell this on you, Frank. I see you rolling your eyes now. You're worried, but I was doing Billy's show a couple of weeks ago, and he said he asked about being for both terms I've been opposed, and he said, well, that all boils back to having the right graphic designer to do your sign. Well, you're part of that because you have to have the right guy to print the signs, right? So
That's true. That's true.
It's all a team effort, I think. So.
Billy will take credit for it.
Oh yeah.
But Terry, I think you hit on something really important, and that was the power of collaborating with influencers who are very passionate about a specific cause or a specific need, and you really don't realize how much power there is in that until you see something that happened like what was happened with Jared. I mean, it was phenomenal, and we were lucky we ended up having him on the show, and he was like, I was just doing it out of my heart,
right?
And Janette, powering with people that are influencers in, working with the coaching area.
Yeah, I know. What I love is the credibility it kind of brings with everything that comes together. That's kind of one thing that I noticed living here in Rockwall is everybody imparts themselves on all the, the nonprofits, the galas, everybody works together to make these things come together and to happen, and they're better and better every year. And I always think of the credibility that has for this community and the credibility it has for the partnership of everybody coming together to make these things happen.
Well, and Lyndon, typed in something that is very true. The key to marketing is how you leverage your audience for other people's benefit. Because you're not doing, hey, look at me, I sell real estate, I do this, I do that. Nobody wants to hear that. Let's face it. But if I'm talking, or Janette, or Sheriff Garrett, we're talking about Texas Valor Project, or we're talking about CASA, or we're talking about them and supporting them, that's leveraging your marketing.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So and I'm just going to ask this. Do you see any struggles that you have ever had when you try to collaborate with another organization or another nonprofit?
I have never had any trouble.
I haven't either.
With my collaborations. Everything works great. I'm a partner with Mesquite Rodeo, and we do a kind of a trade situation. I trade him for a suite for the season, and in turn, I trade it out for equal value of printing, and it works perfect. I get what I need, Caleb gets what he needs, and we both benefit from it.
I got beat up a couple of weeks ago for that.
You got run over.
So we're promoting a nonprofit, the Equine Therapy, Ashland Equine Therapy, and it was at the Mesquite Rodeo, and it was a ranch rodeo. And I don't know if Caleb put my name out there to be on this or not, but it was a calf contest. There were 3 of us on there, and I can't believe he let a senior citizen get beat up like that. So.
Terry, I wasn't going to mention that. But since you brought it up.
but you take, I took the hit, and I don't think I was as out of breath as Caleb and Christian were. So I'm going to take that.
Well, Christian was hurting pretty much the next day. Yeah. I talked to him. But it's that truly being a part of that community, supporting the groups. You know, I also am a part of the Patriots Poor, and we support a different either first responder or veterans organization. And our mission really is just to try to get the word out and start connecting people with organizations. And it's so funny because we do it because that's something that we love and that we're passionate about. And until we started talking about cause-based marketing, I didn't really realize that the impact that it potentially could have, just because now I've aligned myself with the causes in getting their word out. You know, somebody came up to me and it's like, oh yeah, you're the veteran dog lady. I'm like, yeah.
I'll take it.
What can I say? What can I say? So if someone was looking to, what advice would you give a company or an organization if they were looking to partner together with cause-based marketing? Janette, what advice would you either give a nonprofit or a company to help them with cause-based marketing?
The first thing that comes to mind is share your passion about what you do in your company. What is it that you impart in your company, and what is that passion behind it? I think that, like, I'm a part of Sir Optimus, and we're directly connected to the CAC, and so both of those organizations are, you know, helping women, children, young women to grow and to you know, expand in their lives. And there's a huge passion behind that. So I think if you instill what your passion is behind it, and other people can get passionate about it, and then realize how their organization and you can meld together to have both of your visions and your passions be amplified and shine a light on them.
Sheriff Garrett?
I think those are good points. Make sure that your real, I guess, your passions line up, what you want to do, and you're doing things for the right reason. And you know, the marketing part, I think it's one of those words at the end of it. You know, I think the cause is the big thing. When you partner together with others that have like minds, that are in it for an altruistic purpose, to get something done and to help somebody, the marketing part is gonna come with it. So I think from a business standpoint, and I don't, you know, a lot of times I don't think about our job as a business, but it kind of is, because we're promoting our business as safety in the community. And so that is something, whether it's safety of children, whether it's safety of adults, safety on the streets, and promoting those causes that bring people together. I think that's the main thing.
And yeah, this is something I hadn't thought about until it was mentioned in our lunch and learn. But you think about, as a company, the people that want to join your company or your organization, and they are going to be people that support those types of causes. So they're going to be like-minded as well, or help with employee retention. But I think about it, you know, if I were to look for a job with a company, I would want it to be somebody aligned with what my values and what my thoughts were. And if I knew that there was a company that supported veterans and first responders, man, I'm going to be all over that, versus someone who doesn't have any particular cause that they stand for.
I think we hear the term,
has
you know,
some kind
giving
of cause
back
that
a
they
lot.
stand for. And whether it be veterans or animals or whatever, everybody's got something that they're interested in. And I would recommend that they go for a nonprofit that is involved with something they're interested in.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys, we're going to need to take our next commercial break. But when we come back, actually, we're going to get to know Sheriff Garrett, and we're going to get to know Janette a little deeper. Guys, we're going to talk to you about, your job, what you feel is a successful day for you, just really kind of getting down into that and getting to know you guys a little bit more. This was a great discussion about our cause marketing with two people who are very passionate about the causes that they support. So we'll go ahead and take a commercial break and we'll be right back.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Enjoy DFW's most fun, affordable night out and catch the Rough Riders, the AA affiliate of the Rangers, at beautiful Riders Field in Frisco. The Riders are back home from June 11th through the 16th against the Amarillo Sod Poodles. Enjoy fireworks from the field and NASCAR night presented by the Texas Motor Speedway on June 14th, Mutt Cuts night, a tribute to Dumb and Dumber on June 15th, and Father's Day and Dallas Black Giants Day on June 16th. Get your tickets at ridersbaseball.com. The Frisco Rough Riders, the future stars of your Texas Rangers.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
All right, so couple of things. First of all, I just need to remind our viewers that we are giving away complimentary tickets, and we've got check out the link. Okay, we've got the Frisco Rough Riders, we've got the Fighters, and the Mesquite Rodeo. So go ahead and click the link to request your complimentary tickets. It is our way of saying thank you from the Community Difference Rockwall and the Community Difference podcast group. Also, if you guys are not watching the Community Difference Wiley, you need to tomorrow, because Kelly Raspberry from the Kid Craddock Show is going to be a guest on there. It is going to be an amazing show. I'm very excited. I'll be tuning in, so you guys make sure you tune in as well. All right, so we're going to start with Janette, and I'm going to just kind of throw an easy one out there for you, okay? And Caleb and Frank, you guys just jump in as well. But, what originally drew you, Janette, into your profession, into coaching and kind of like a life coach, or, what drew you to that?
Well, for me, it is life experiences. I was raised in a pretty rough home. And as I went through life, I had to, do a little bit of overcoming some of those things. So I did go to therapy when I was younger. And I actually learned as I went through life, as I got a little bit more into my 30s, that life was happening for me and not to me. And I was able to see that everything that had happened in my life was curriculum for me to actually move forward and make a life that I actually really love living. And that actually moved me into coaching, because I knew that once I changed my life and I saw how my life changed when I got out of victim mentality and more into living out of love and abundance, I knew that I wanted to help others actually live that way too. And that is how I got into coaching. And I went to 3 years of coaching school, 2 years of transformational coaching school, because I wanted to help people in all aspects of life, not just health or, just mindset or niche down. I really wanted to help people actually balance out their entire life and who they are, and know that they have the power to do and be and give and experience anything and everything they want in this world.
Well, and I'm a firm believer of coaching. I've always had a business coach, sometimes a life coach. So I think that is just a really important part of life. So kudos to you. All right, Sheriff Garrett. Now, you started in law enforcement, when you were what, 15? But what drew you to that profession?
Well, I started, like I said earlier, I was in high school and got involved in emergency medical services, and was working as an EMT, and then started, with the fire department in town. And then to be a police officer, you have to be 21. So that gave me, the opportunity to get to that point. And it wasn't that I was, running to that point, but I always was attracted to kind of what you got out of that. You hear a lot of people talk about giving back, and I think it's about giving. It's not necessarily giving back; it's just straight out giving. And the community that you live in, that you grow up in, and your you raise your family in, I think that's important to be able to give to the the different organizations and people in general who are making that part of your village, part of your community. And community is a pretty strong word when you think about it. And so it was just kind of a natural progression to go into those things and to be able to help people. I always kind of joke around when I'm doing classes for other officers or something, and everyone we get who comes through the hiring process, we ask them, why do you want to do this? And the number one answer is always, I want to help people. And I think that's an ingrained thing, something you grow up with. I think that was something that was ingrained in me by my parents and my grandparents to be able to do those things. And but I also go back and say, that same person that you ask, why do you want to do this? 2 to 3 years after they've been doing this job, whether it's a police officer, firefighter, or paramedic, you ask them the same question: why are you doing this? And sometimes the answers are pretty shocking because they'll say, I don't know, and it's not that they're lost; it's that it is a tough job, and we often talk. We see a lot of things on a daily basis, every day, more than what most people will see in a lifetime. And so you have to be able to take care of your people here as well as those who you're answering the calls for. So our employees are very important. Our deputies, our officers, our firefighters, our paramedics are very important. And as a community, it means a lot to know that you live in a community that supports the public safety. We're going to a strategic plan meeting right now. And one of the things that keeps coming up is the safety and being able to go out and do things with your family in a secure environment. And that starts with public safety. If we're not out there showing our brand and making sure that the criminal element doesn't want to come here, then you can't go out to dinner safely with your family.
And that's very true. Just do me a favor. When you see a gray SUV speeding by, don't stop me.
Let that one go.
I'll give you my license plate offline. So ever since, and I probably should, oh my God, I got a cop on here. I'm going to tell them this. But ever since I broke my collarbone, in the sling, And so after a couple of weeks, I did start driving, but I drive slow now. Okay. And I know if you're probably like, well, you probably shouldn't be driving. Well, I understand that, but it's just not an option. So I drive slow.
Right.
Right. I don't like driving slow, Sheriff Garrett. I'm telling you, don't like driving slow. Okay, so Janette, I'm going to come back to you. What is the most rewarding and also the most challenging aspect of your work?
The most rewarding is to be able to work with somebody and see that the transformation is coming. Like, I know that when I'm working with someone and I see possibilities open up in someone's mind, that in 2 or 3 weeks, when we get to a certain topic, maybe it's fear, I can see, oh my gosh, I can't wait till they get to that topic, because I know that that is going to open so many more avenues for them, and to, just blow their mind on how to release some of these things. So that is really fun, just watching the transformation happen even before it happens. I think is beautiful. The biggest challenge is people not allowing themselves to open up and see possibilities for themselves. That's the hardest thing, because like when you can see it and you're like, I know what's in there, but they have a hard time opening up. That's where the real work,
Do you have a lot of people that come to you, Janette, that are real guarded, and you have a hard time cracking the shell?
I have to say I don't have a lot, because if someone is coaching, then they are already open to, the coaching possibility. So that is actually, really cool. But there are people that are, they're not free to share. They don't want people are in certain aspects. And so those are just the aspects that you gotta, so not necessarily guarded in every area, but just maybe they don't want to speak about something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I can understand that.
Yeah.
All right, Sheriff Garrett, what is the most rewarding but also the most challenging for you?
I think, with our growth is keeping up with, I guess, the responsibility of keeping people safe. I think everyone in our line of work, they take things personally about safety of the community. And so that's a really big challenge. The rewarding part is someone coming back and saying, hey, you made a difference 10 years ago or 15 years ago or something like that. And you may not even remember who that person is or what happened, but it kind of ingrains that you need to do the right thing every minute of every day. And, sometimes people have bad days and they do things that they probably shouldn't. It doesn't mean that they don't need a second chance. It's like our equine therapy program that we're doing for inmates right now, and Caleb's been out to see that. It was one of the things that we started out as a kind of a pilot program to test, so we could get it more in the courts and more in the community here. And so the inmates, there are 3 males and three female inmates who come out each week to participate in this program, and to see the type of impact that those horses have on those inmates, and they, it's just transformational. And they're in there for a reason. They did something wrong. They come into the jail because they did something wrong. But I've used the analogy before. If somebody comes in because they've done something wrong, they may have come up in a bad situation. They may not have. They may just said, "Hey, I'm going to do this, and it's a bad thing." But if we send them out as bad or worse than they came in, then we're really not doing our job either. We're not a rehabilitation center. We're basically housing for someone who's going to court or may be on their way after court to Texas Department of Corrections. But if we can do something to get them to think a little bit about what got them here and how they can improve their life to do something better, then that's a good thing.
You're absolutely right. It is a good thing. All right, guys, we're going to have to go ahead and take our final break. But when we get back, we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do our rapid fire questions. And we will be back in just a second.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
Are you ready? Rapid fire.
Okay, so here we go. Now remember, we're going to ask a question. You've got just a quick second, first response, and if you don't know, we'll allow you to pass, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so we'll just go around the table. Okay, all right, and we'll start off really easy. So Janette, creamer? Do you use cream or no in your coffee in the morning?
Sugar-free creamer.
Okay, Sheriff.
No.
Ooh, black, huh? All right, Frank.
I am a black guy.
Caleb.
Black coffee.
Oh no, hazelnut for me. I gotta have my hazelnut creamer. Otherwise, it's a bad morning. Okay. So if you could become an expert at anything right now, what would it be, Sheriff?
I guess reading people.
Oh, okay. Right.
I need to be better at time management. So I would like to be an expert in time management.
All right, Caleb.
Making money.
Wouldn't we all? Janette.
Caleb took mine. Photography.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay. I actually would love to become an expert in, I'm kind of like Terry, I'm reading people. It's kind of important, you know? All right. So let's do another one here real quick. Okay. What's the strangest gift you've ever received, Frank?
Golly. I can't think of one I can say on air. I'm going to have to pass on that one.
Enough said. Caleb.
I'm worried about you, Frank.
No. Caleb.
Well, might be getting a little personal here, but my uncle used to be VP at Shell in Houston, and they would come and visit us, and he gave me some pipe cleaners and tape and said to use my imagination for a Christmas present. Talk about ruining a kid's Christmas.
Yeah. Janette, how about you?
Oh, I don't know. I have to pass. I've got anything.
All right, Sheriff Garrett.
I think I don't think it's strange, but some people might think a box of ammo.
I don't think that's strange at all. I'd take that all day long, especially as expensive as it's gotten.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's a good gift.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, especially 9mm. Oh, sorry. Mine was a flamethrower.
Wow.
But it actually does come in handy when you need one of those. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Caleb, what's your favorite food cuisine? You have to eat it every single day. What would it be?
Chicken nuggets. Straight up.
Straight up.
Okay. That's when my daughter was 5.
Pizza rolls are a close second.
You're not wrong.
Janette, how about you? What would you do today?
Well, since I'm full-blooded Italian, and since my grandma has passed on, I have to say Mexican now.
Okay, Sheriff.
I would say steak. Meat guy.
Gotcha. Frank.
I'm right there with Terry. Either steak, seafood, or meat fajitas.
All right. Well, I'm going Mexican. I'm going Mexican all day long, especially if it has a margarita with it.
Delisa, I got a question for Caleb real quick. Do you get the 4-piece or the 6-piece, and which toy do you ask for?
I get the Dino nugget. You're right, Carolina.
I mean, we're not even asking what dipping sauce you want, but that'd be the adult version, and we just want to know what toy you get in it.
You might like the Dino nuggets.
I do. Those are my favorite.
Okay, well, Caleb, we know what to get you for Christmas now. We can just get you chicken nugget gift cards or whatever.
There you go.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. Favorite adult beverage? Jeanette?
Martini.
Oh, okay. Sheriff?
Iced tea. Unsweet.
Well, yeah, that's what makes it the adult beverage, because it's not sweet.
Yeah.
Frank?
Probably a gin and tonic.
Caleb? Well, no, never mind. You're not adult yet. You're still eating chicken nuggets.
He gets a juice box.
Yeah, 21.
A twisted tea would be
26.
Caleb's.
Hey, that is true. I did see him with the twisted tea at the rodeo. Mine would be a good wine. Good red wine. All right. That was a lot of fun, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. Caleb. Oh, we got so much that we can pick on you now. First week of the month is going to be a lot of fun.
And he has said the least.
I know. Well, and hey, we got to give him a little pat. This is his first week on the show, so he's kind of getting his feet wet, and but we do appreciate him being on here. Caleb will definitely be a little more outspoken, I'm sure, next time. A couple of things. First of all, I do want to remind everybody to go ahead and make sure that you click the link in the comments. And that way you can get your complimentary tickets for the Frisco Fighters, the Rough Riders, and of course, the Mesquite Rodeo. Okay, Caleb?
Yeah, be sure to tune into the Mesquite Rodeo podcast live from the back pens every Friday. Like I said, we'll have a bunch of cool people on. Eventually going to have Terry on there to talk about kind of what the policy does on First Responders Night and get his input on that. This year, that's going to be July 27th. It's going to be super cool. Hope to see y'all here this Saturday for Dollar Dog Night.
Caleb, who's your performance this weekend?
Rockwall native Nate Burnham.
All right, that'll be a good one.
Definitely need to go there for that. Okay,
Absolutely.
so you mean, Caleb, you're not going to talk to Sheriff Garrett about his calf wrestling skills?
Oh, he's going to do it again. He just doesn't know it yet.
I'm gonna hold the rope next time. Caleb's gonna wrestle.
Yeah, I know. Here you were with these two young guys. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
right.
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So, and then also make sure you tune into the Wiley Show tomorrow with Kelly Raspberry. I'm very excited about that. So, guys, as we wrap it up, I'm going to go ahead and Janette, we'll start with you. Let everybody know just how they can get a hold of you, just a little bit more about your coaching.
Absolutely. So I have a website called selfpossessedcoaching.com where you can look up all of the programs that I coach through. Has a bio. It also has a link to my book Up Until Now, which is a transformational book about transformational life changes. Also, I have an Instagram, Self-Possessed Coaching, Facebook, Self-Possessed Coaching. I also write an article in the Rockwall Times that is a article on how to live intentionally. And then I also have a publication that goes out to my subscribers called Possession Positive that goes out every week to my subscribers. So lots of ways to kind of keep in touch and also get some really beautiful things to, live with every single week. And then, of course, my phone number is there for you to contact me on, and you can also email me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, Sheriff, I'm not so sure. People want it. It's like, if I got to get a hold of him, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, 911.
Right. No, but first of all, Sheriff, thank you for your service to our county. I know when I moved out here to Fate, Rockwall County Sheriff's was that's who served Fate 17 years ago. And you guys were always out here responsive, and luckily I didn't have to have you out here personally, but I mean, you really did protect our community. Now that we've grown, we've got our own Department of Public Safety, but you guys do phenomenal work around the county. So thank you very much for your service.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Frank, if our listeners need to get some printing done because you are the man here in Rockwall, can they get a hold of you?
My email is streaming below. It's rockwall@minutemanpress.com, or you can call us at 469-769-1600, and we can help you out with any of your printing needs.
Which I think you do for most of Rockwall. I know you handle a lot of my printing. You do an amazing job. So thank you for that. All right, Caleb. So if our listeners are interested, coming down to the rodeo or for sponsorships, how do they get a hold of you?
Yep, my information is down there too. cthomas@mesquiterodeo.com, or reach out to me at that office number below, 972-285-8777. I'll be happy to help you out with whatever you're wanting to do. We definitely have corporate partnerships still available and seasonal suites as well as nightly. So be sure to reach out. It's going to be a fun season.
And you can get a suite just for an evening.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to book it for the whole season. You can have a birthday party and rent a suite.
They're the most affordable suites out of all the sports in DFW. I'll say that.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know you could get it just for the evening.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right. And then Aaron Witho says Texas Valor Project will be there helping to pass the boot.
Yes, we are excited to host Texas Valor Project this year on July 27th. Sorry, for First Responders Night. They'll be our Pass the Boot campaign. So be sure to come over and support them.
And they're a great group. See my flag that I've got behind me. I actually got that. I won that at the auction at the clay shoot last year. So that'll be coming up. We'll talk about that in more detail as we get closer. So guys, thank you so much for being a part of the podcast. And you guys truly are making a difference here in our community. So thank you for all that you do. We will see everyone else next week when we will be back. Same back time, same back channel. See you later.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching today's show. The Community Difference Rockwall is brought to you in part by Alan Lester, loan officer with the One Group with Town Square Mortgage. Delisa Lapinsky with Lapinsky Realty Group. Frank McLeod with Minuteman Press. Caleb Thomas with the Mesquite Championship Rodeo. Charles Barnaby with Barnaby Heating and Air. Brian Decker with Compass Facilities Consulting. And Josh Small with WeatherTech General Contracting. If you, or someone you know would like to sponsor, or be a co-host sponsor of this show, or other shows like it, please give us a call at 972-866-4596 or email us at info@thedifferenceradio.com.